need my hair cut. I'm listening to different music. I need help. Let me turn this down. Thanks for logging on to the website www.chicagostitusfemaledj.com. Episodes from the Element. My name is Sundance, and I just don't feel myself today. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm not myself when I need a haircut. I need some help. Let me go get me some help. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me turn this down. Larry, I can't see Larry. So I needed some help, and the only person that can help me in the game is Larry Roberts, the owner of Larry's Barber College.
Me. Hello.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So before we jump into the meat and potatoes, I just want to say thanks for logging on to the website www.chicagostitusfemaledj.com. I am so proud of Larry because I actually worked with Larry many moons ago, and to see him just as a barber, a owner of a barber shop, to now, you know, still a licensed barber. Now you have Larry's Barber College, and you have a barber college inside of Cook County Jail.
Yes, in the men and women's division. Pretty dope.
Wait a minute, men and women.
Men and women division. I have a license for the whole compound.
Really?
Yep, the whole compound.
Now, how old is that program?
I've been there for almost 8 years now.
Okay.
Almost 8 years I've been at the county jail. I do it totally free.
Why?
I wanted to make sure that I was a part of creating an alternative to violence versus going in with my hands out. I figured that I would go in pretty much in surrenderance mode to say, hey, you know what? I don't want to just talk about the young men and women who are out here in the streets. Let me see what I can do in order to be a part of the solution. And I think that if I would have went in with my hands out, I probably wouldn't be in there right now, because you know they really don't put money in certain in certain areas and programs. So you know, I'm proud to be there, making sure that I help them, and I know that I get my blessings in other ways. You know, of course I could use donations, and I can use, you know, help with making sure that the program is strong. For the time being, I'll just make sure that I'm always there. Okay,
but Larry, who funds the capes, the clippers, the combs, the shears?
Well, they have to get haircuts and stuff anyway.
Okay.
Otherwise, they can file grievances. So
really?
Absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Oh my God. They will file grievances for everything. So they can file a grievance if they don't get a haircut. They can cause commotion if they don't get their hair done. You know, they can cause if they feel like they don't get their food because, you know, you're incarcerated by the county, and the county is obligated to do certain things to make sure that, you know, you're getting everything that you're supposed to get as a human being.
Okay. So then you have the Big Barber College.
Yep, I have a barber school on 105th and Halsted. Also have a barber school on 79th and Langley. And
you still got that location?
Yeah.
You turned it into a school?
It was already a school. So it was a cosmetology and barber school.
Right, because I was on the other side.
I let it go and gave her the opportunity, the lady, to have the cosmetology school, and I just took the barber school when things really didn't work out the way it should work out. So, and then I have the other school in Joliet, Illinois.
You are busy.
I'm trying to be, and I got my license in over 22 states, my master license in over 22 states, so I'm preparing.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Just trying to make it do what it do.
You're doing your license justice. That's the way you do it.
Well, one of the things is that I think in this industry, and you know the industry, I think one of the biggest things is that a lot of people they belittle what we do, right? They look at it as that's not a real job, when that's really not the case, because at the end of the day, you know, like you just first came on and say, hey, you needed a haircut, this about your hair. I don't care what happens in the economy. You're gonna find money to get your hair done, get your hair cut, get your nails done, get some makeup, get some shampoo for your hair. You go shave that bald head.
That's right.
Everything that it's $100 billion industry, you know. So it's my job, as the type of barber school that I am, we do life coach, we do mentorship, we teach them how to succeed. When I first do orientation, I let them know, don't come here thinking that you're going to leave here to be the best barber, because that's going to come. I've been cutting hair for 30 years, and every time I stand behind that chair, you know, I'm getting my reps in. So in this little 13, 14 months that you'll be with me, focus on succeeding, meaning that, you know, learn how to pay your taxes, learn how to keep your credit good, learn how to do business plans, learn how to be a good steward and serve and be a professional. Make sure that your posture lines up to the way it needs to line up inside the barbershop. Make sure that if somebody send a shorty in there, that you're not, you know, cursing every other word, or, you know, you're not, you know, smelling like weed, or talking about drugs, or playing music on the radio. Yeah, we like music. I'm a musician. We like music, but you can't play stuff that's not, you know, good for that young lady and her son or her daughter sitting up there, or know how to say yes ma'am and no ma'am to the older fellas that come in and things to that degree. So these are things that I pretty much focus on, and then, you know, the other part of it, it'll come as you stand up behind the chair getting your reps up, you know. Because
when I went to beauty school, we didn't have anyone to groom us. It was all about who could cut the best on the west side. Right. Who was doing freeze curls at that time. Right. Who was doing finger waves at that time. But we didn't have anybody to groom the business as far as being a successful cosmetologist.
One of the deficiencies is, I think, in my opinion, is that when you don't have anyone, like you said, to properly groom you, what ends up happening is that, you know, when Buddy come in there selling them fake True Religions for $100, you know, you take the little money you made and you buy them fake True Religions, but then when it's time to pay booth rent, you don't even have $75 or $100 to pay your booth rent. So, you know, my purpose is to make sure that these students, these young men and women, learn how to properly, you know, represent this industry. You know, nobody cares if you do certain things that shouldn't be allowed in the shop, but do that after the shop. You know, be on time, come in at a reasonable time, make appointments, you know. So these are things that I try and teach. You know, if you want to be a celebrity barber, if you want to be a barber on sets and stuff like this, you got to learn how to be on time. You got to make sure that your hygiene is on point. You got to make sure you're well groomed. How can you tell me you want to give me a haircut, you want to do something for me, but you got dirt in your fingernails, or you God, smell? I cannot. You know, it's the truth.
Jesus,
it's the truth. You know. So it's real easy. It's economy proof. It's $100 billion industry. We can make 6 figures. When I was 18 years old, I'm 44 now, but when I was 18 years old, 19, I was making between $1,500 and $2,000 a week cut. That's when haircuts was only $10. Now haircuts start at $20. And we doing beards, putting down beards. We doing hair. We getting $30, $35, $40, $50 a pop. If you do appointments, like I do appointments every half an hour, you can make $300 to $500 easy in a day, in an 8-hour day.
Because the guy that shapes up my mohawk, he charges me $35 to $40, and all he does is just shape it and give me a liner.
There you go.
No fades, because I want my hair, I want a dumb, stupid afro. There you go. So it's just a liner.
There you go. Pretty much, I really love what I do, and I just really want to be able to share it. And I prefer, you know, the other reason I went in there, and not for no amount of money, because, you know, I want to help, you know, get that person off the street who busting your mother upside her head, or your 70, 80, 90-year-old father upside his head to get the keys to the car, or whatever the case may be. You know, we need somebody to step up and help. And then you got these people in jail where, you know, a lot of them, they just messed up one time when they was a teenager, some of them. And when they went to do something different when they got out of jail, you know, society says, you got a background, so I can't give you a job. They can't work at KFC or McDonald's all their life. They can't do it. Not having a family, kids, a wife and all that. So what do? They go back to what they know, which ends them right back up in jail, which ends them in front of the judge for the 15th or 20th time, and the judge say, you know what, this time I'm gonna slam you. So now you got to go do 20, 30 years. Russell Simmons was at my school probably about a month and a half ago, and it's called Rush for Peace. And so pretty much they were talking about like where the black dollars are spent at, right? If you think about it, right? Why do we take the black dollars outside of our community? Why do you think?
Knowledge, lack of.
Well, 3% of the black dollars is spent in our community, and that 3% is spent in our black businesses in the community. But the only black businesses you have in the community are barbershops, beauty shops. You might have a rib house here and there. Other than that, what other major black businesses do you have?
One thing that I do hate about the beauty industry is how, and I'll say it, the Koreans will I
was trying not to say that.
That's fine. The Koreans,
but you said it, right? You thought it, so
right.
I mean,
I said it.
I thought it, yeah.
But the Koreans will tell their suppliers not to sell to us.
Absolutely.
You know, so if Larry got together with Russell Simmons and he gave you a grant of, let's just say 1.5, and you want to go to the suppliers and you want to open up your own beauty supply
store. You heard
store,
that, Russell? I need that 1.5 about
right, and you want to go and, you know, have your own beauty supply store, they will tell the suppliers not to sell to you.
Absolutely.
So now we're blackballed from a business that made them so much wealthier, and they will not even put back in our own communities, but we'll go get our hair done, nails, all of that stuff,
the downside
and shop
of
with
it,
them.
The downside of it is that the government is obligated to give these foreigners a certain amount of money to come over here and start businesses. And they have a tax cut for 7 years, and then once they 7 years is you know, coming up, then they bring another relative in to take over that business, and they keep opening up more and more.
You are a published author.
Yep, I did.
When did you have the time?
I sat down and I put my chapters together. I wrote my book, and when I wrote my book, I sent it to editor. I'm actually working on 2 more books, but I wrote the book, sent it to editor, and let them edit it, and then just kind of took it from there. So I'm actually working on really pumping that even more with my media strategist, and just trying to go in some different directions, doing some more book signings, and just really getting my book out there. I think it's a really good read. So yeah.
Is it still available?
Absolutely. Okay. It's available on Amazon.com. Yep, they can download it to their Kindles, or they can purchase it on Amazon, but it's still available.
Suicide is not the answer.
Suicide is not the answer. Suicide is not the answer. It was a real critical point in my life, and I wanted to write about it. People that say they want to commit suicide, it's not because they want to die. It's because of the fact that they're feeling pain and they want other people to feel their pain. So a lot of times when people say they want to commit suicide, it's kind of one of them things where, you know, they kind of play their funeral in their head. They kind of play who go get up and say, you know, I wish I would have did something.
Right,
or
to help.
Yeah. You know.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married. I've been
Why?
married. Well, I got married a few times. That was the other downside of it. I've been married 3 times.
Really?
3 times.
What happened? What you do to them girls, Larry?
See, that's always what. If you ask anyone in them right now, they'll tell you that I was the bomb. So you figure if I didn't drink, if I didn't smoke, if I didn't use drugs, I had to have some kind of problem, didn't I?
No.
Yes.
No, because I look at, you know, I say crazy people are the most gifted people, and we need an out. To me, you're so gifted, but I'm on the crazy side. You're so gifted with all of your talents. I think that your out is playing drums. And I think that you should, the way that you have balanced everything on the outside, you look to be the model husband.
Come on, son. It has nothing to do with that. My dad is my hero. My mom and my dad been married now for 45 years. My grandparents have been married now for 61 years. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It has nothing to do with me being a model husband, being a good man. I cook like a big mama. I can bake homemade cakes,
you get married
pies.
Again?
Of course I'm going to get married again. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Can I DJ your reception?
Sure. If I have a big wedding, because I'm tired of the big weddings.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that so short of the long, and I will say this, part of what I put in my book is I got molested when I was a baby, right? So being molested as a baby, you know, you 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, you can't help what somebody do, you know what I'm saying, relating to that. It caused me to womanize at an early age, you know what I'm saying? So I was a womanizer, and that was kind of like my thing. Now, that's not why my marriages failed, but it was kind of one of them things where, you know, in church they wanted you to marry somebody who you were equally yoked to. So I thought just because, okay, well, you know, she played the tambourine, you know, and I played the tuba, you know, or she can walk that line the right way and I can walk the line the same way. Okay, we meant to be married.
Okay.
And they always wanted you to get with somebody who was in church and who was in the church. So it's kind of like making not clear decisions on saying, okay, well, you know, it's better to marry than to burn. You know what I mean? They feel like you ain't supposed to fornicate. So I'm like, man, I need to get married because I'm gonna be this, that, and the other. But what I've decided is that, and what I figured out is, it takes a special woman to understand where God is taking me. So I can't have a woman who's, you know, possibly jealous or envious or, you know, insecure or just things to that degree. Am I perfect? No, not by a long shot. But now I finally figured out, okay, this is the type of woman that I need to be with. I just wanted companionship. You know, I don't want to be out here a successful young black man, but out here, you know what I'm saying, single and bogus. You know,
because you know when I cut this video up, women are gonna be like, Sundance, who was your friend? You know.
Oh, really? Larry? I mean, well, hey, you know, I'm Larry.
I do need help. Larry came over my house before. I called him one time. I said, Larry, come over here and tune up my drums.
That's right.
He came from Cook County. He checked over here. He went somewhere else, and in his route, Larry came over my house and tuned up my drums.
Hey, for you and
one
my man,
phone call,
and her husband was okay with it.
Yeah, he was there.
It's my guy.
Well, I appreciate you.
Thank you for having
Larry,
me.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Now, what if somebody wants to enroll their son or daughter?
They can go to larrysbarbercollege.com, www.larrysbarbercollege.com, and also I did a webinar too.
Okay.
I did a webinar that pretty much helps people to understand, teach them how to do about zoning and moratoriums and how to get incorporated and all of these things that people have a lot of questions about. I did it in a webinar series, so that way people can, you know, have the information.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you,
Thank
Larry.
you.
So thanks for logging on to the website, www.chicagositesfemaledj.com. This show is one of my favorites because I actually seen Larry's growth just from owning the shop on 79th. Is it 79th and Langley?
79th and Langley, yeah.
79th and Langley to what he is today. Make sure you go to his website, show him some love, bring your kids through, and if you're looking to enroll, male or female, you're looking to enroll into his barber college, it's www.larrysbarbercollege.com. Love me some Larry, child. He can beat the hell out some drums.
Sit down, girl!